Hello everyone, Rommie Lee here, and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I hope you're all doing fine today. Where we last left off, while we finally got around to, getting witness testimony and cross-examining, we showed that there was a discrepancy in the witness's testimony and proved that, he was shot from the front, no exit wound, so there's no way we could have shot him in the back. But now, let us continue with the story. I'm trying to think of what else I could say for an opening statement, but obviously I'm doing these back to back, so what can I really do? But as always, if you're enjoying this series, feel free to give the video some likes or leave comments, or even to just say hello. I'm welcoming to everybody. Alright, anyways, I probably should have gotten a drink to heal my throat a bit. I wonder what surprises await us as the trial continues. Very well. The court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kiriko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify. Look at the little baby. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. It's a cheap trick. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks. Sir, named Ido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. What? Oh. Ido, attention! Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. Clean his nose. Who brings a baby to a... Well, I guess he has no choice. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man, he was that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. Is that so? These testimonies are certainly... Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, he wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her. If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will learn respect. Then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We're not here to listen to your fantasies. I know how you feel, Ryunosuke. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Oh. Indeed, of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there is only one place set. Doesn't mean she was eating. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. Can do. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. But that's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Taketsuchi Aochi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. Well, you can really see the family resemblance there. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. Ugh. Alright, everyone, let's go. Alright, now we'll get into pressing, because things aren't as concrete here. Even if what I saw was the precise moment the fire was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Can you elaborate further, please? No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? How could I? You have glare in your glasses. And yet, is it an undeniable fact that I did blink? So there you have it. Have what? Attention! The sound of the firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? Grr. Yeah, get angry. And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the moment, in the most incriminating position as well. Isn't that so, Kurateka-san? Kuraku... Damn it. Yeah, sure. Where am I? Yes, pointed his gun at the foreign man. He was that... Oh, wait. Just press it. Yes, it may be true that I was holding the gun at the point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor. Well, obviously. As the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. I had just finished drinking my coffee and eating my hamburger, and I was about to leave the restaurant when I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet. Still, why? Like, if it was me, I would have seen the gun on the floor and I'd just leave. I was like, oh, not my problem. At exactly that moment, chicka-blah! Shot. A gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry? What do you mean? Oh, in your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Not good. Not good for you, young man. Furthermore, a visual search on the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. I feel this might be the important one. You must have noticed something else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there. I'm not lying, there was a lady. As you have been at pains to point out time and again, I feel I'm growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. If only there'd been more people dining there at the time, something else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of a time to eat. Don't be so sure. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day. And why was he alone? Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Had a clinic? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, noon past 1 a.m. Noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. And the prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. I wonder. What do you think, Ryanosuke? Well, it's hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Yes. Yes, I do believe. Put your hand down. If I may, I'd like to ask for that medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern. You don't know that. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's the most disturbing trend. Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. Alright, let's take a look, everybody. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Roommates are home, so I'm probably not going to do the voices. I'll just try and play for a bit until till I normally stop. Alright, was it options? No. Oh, not history. Oh, whoops, not what I meant to do. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched Englishmen over and out. Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But for both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, defendant Naruhodo, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But if such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands that no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. What is it, Kazuma? Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We've gleaned some new information now. Oh. Alright, what I wanted to do was look at the court record. Oh, you can actually bring up a magnifying glass. That's cool. I was hoping you could, like, flip it. 'Cause maybe the waiter was nervous to give it because, like, the woman's writing was on the back. Like, you know, call me. Alright. Oh, it's nothing you can look at. Well, now that's... Hold on a minute. I'm trying to see if anything's different about, like, the table compared to this picture. Oh, nothing really. Like, even the glass is empty? Huh. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? Leave it to me. You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. Well, they wouldn't let me do it until now. That's kind of lame. These are the ones you may examine. Press A and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Yeah. Oh. To rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. That's what I wanted to do the first time. Alright, I get it. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. I see. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press A to investigate further. Yeah, I know. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learnt by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Kazuma for smash. Well. Dentist, Hoda Clinic. Date, not given. This is kind of cool. Looks like this medical... I'm glad that the rest of the court is just sitting patiently while we do this. It was first issued quite some time ago. It's probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. Well, I can't imagine. Going to a doctor, I mean. As long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. You know, Ryunosuke is slowly becoming like my spirit animal. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine, they give you painful injections, and then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege, all while you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient, with a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. What have we got here? Well, everyone, this took quite a interesting turn. Wait, did I see it? Oh, okay. I can't find anything out of place. Oh. Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, and there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth removed. Perhaps they used laughing gas. That's the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure, until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Very interesting. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. Oh, that means the food and drink wasn't for him. It was for the phantom lady who shot him. Case closed. So I think it's time we listen to that testimony again, don't you? Definitely. Alright, so was it this one? Right here. Let's get him, everybody. Let's have a look. Wait, no, what's going on? No! I thought it was gonna, like, be an objection thing. Get out of here. I can't skip it. Alright, everyone, I'm back. I'm just gonna cut out. I accidentally went into the medical report again. Anyways, take this! Put down your hand. Well, I think, about what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hands straight up like that, so purposefully, you knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. And thanks for the advice. Yeah, compose yourself. Breathe in, breathe out. Kurakuda-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. You call that a desk slap? Something clearly doesn't add up. Dear me, have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. That's what you think. But that's... Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. Victory is all but assured. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who... No. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? The outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? As a matter of fact, it should. Do I just... Oh, yes. Alright, hopefully it does it right this time. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, now I can examine the back of this. Well, that's unexpected. What is it? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Sotaru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. His job? Oh, Chief Inspector Sotaru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. Let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it somehow here... The waiter's business card info. Oh, oh, all right, that's interesting. Very interesting indeed. This plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly, and that's not all. Look here in the upper left where it says kitchen. Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke. That's funny. They're even supposed to check people? I'm confused. Oh, a dental clinic. Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. Urgh. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result the victim had been forbidden from eating. Kind of an important detail, everybody. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? Well, if he wasn't supposed to eat, then why was there steak and wine? I mean, he could just ignore it. It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't. Oh, but it can. Kurakuda-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. There you go. But that can't possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just one of his teeth extracted and was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Yeah, blow the ball away. Expertly done, partner. What is this nonsense, you little upstart? I like the music so far. These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about, or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Oh, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. Yeah, I know it's kind of a weird spot. Or maybe it's a good spot, who knows, because now things are starting to amp up. But, once again, this has been Rommie Lee. I thank you for joining me on this episode. I'm really enjoying the new Ace Attorney. Well, I know I already said that, but I'll say it every time. I can't wait to see what crazy shenanigans we get into. Oh, I'm really going to enjoy the parts where I don't know what the heck's going on, or what evidence needs to be presented properly. But, I guess I'll see you around. Have a good day.